otherwise on SAFM.
Well, there we go, talking about young children there, Monique Streetum. It's so interesting to hear how that project came about, and sometimes it just takes something really awful to happen that brings or births something really amazing. So interesting to hear her bigger story there. Well, let's hear another big story, because next on the line we have a lady by the name of Helen Vosloo, and she is a flautist, but she's also founder of something called the Keiskamma Music Academy in the Eastern Cape, and we have her on the line to tell us all about it. Hi, Helen.
Hello, good afternoon, Andy.
Nice to have you with us. So you are a flautist. Were you with the Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra for many years, I think?
Yes, I have a 25-year orchestral career behind me. The last 12 years I was principal flute with the Joburg Philharmonic Orchestra.
Okay, so the flute was your thing, but I think also your thing was to try and use music as a means of healing. Take us back to the beginning, because we've been working in the Eastern Cape.
Yes, we do. We are part of the work of the Keiskamma Trust that was founded about 11 years ago now by Dr. Carol Hofmeyr-Baker. She's an inspiring person, and I'm blessed to have met her and to have crossed paths. I was very inspired by the work of the art project of the Keiskamma Trust, and was first initiated to it at the Grahamstown Festival some 8 years or so ago, and which led me to the village and
the village of Hamburg,
of the Music Academy.
Yeah. So you went to the village of Hamburg. What did you find there, and what did you feel that you were going to be able to do? Hello?
Yes, sorry. It was a moment of performing at the festival, and a friend took us to the village just to see. They found me literally weeping at the Keiskamma altarpiece. And then as we left the village, with me still breastfeeding a small baby, and my husband who went along to help parent our baby, just thought the children need music, was my thinking as we exited on the dirt road. And I had a conversation with myself saying, but my life is in Johannesburg, but on arriving back in Joburg, things happened in synchronicity that made me realize it's not just possible, but it will work, even though I am far. And yes, and it is working out. We have amazing volunteer teachers and a group of 10, 12 part-time teachers, and the children are excelling and progressing and growing. And
just going back to your friends found you weeping at the altarpiece, and the Keiskamma tapestries are very, very beautiful. But you say you felt the children needed music. What was the condition of the children? Which children are you in particular?
Simply, I know that there is a community of people in this village, and where there are mummies and aunties and grannies who make beautiful art, there will be children. And I didn't meet a specific child that I had. That it was in an ideological way, of philosophical way. The children need music. The success rate of starting a music instrumental teaching initiative in a rural village is not always that great if there's not already a trust between the community and, say, the person coming in to teach. As in our village, the mummies have not seen a cello yet. So now that the children progress to orchestral instruments and are doing so well, a child would sit outside the general dealer and just first play for the people around him as he's waiting for his transport to go to Grahamstown for his lesson. Just, this is what we're doing. So yes, me talking about the children need music, it is not one specific child.
Yeah, it was a hugely ambitious project, because perhaps the children had music, music of their own sort.
Oh, absolutely.
So to bring in cellos and violins could have been no mean task. How did you start?
Yes, the children have their music already, and we celebrate that also in the works that we play, in that I love the unique sound voice that has developed ensued at the Music Academy, where we play also indigenous children playing games, music, together with Western composers, together with Chicoria, together with Madosini.
So it's a vast range.
Yes.
But, the cello and the violin story, how did you get instruments there? Did you get them donated? And how were they received?
Nancy, being a flutist, I started the Music Academy the way in which I knew how to, which was to start children off on the recorder. Yamaha South Africa as a company has been extraordinarily good to us. And I arrived with a big bag of not just the essentials, but a real wish list of recorders, including bass and tenors, altos, sopranos. So from the very beginning, we started doing chamber music and ensemble recorder consort music. The children play a whole variety of recorders. They also play marimbas, some indigenous Xhosa instruments, uhadibo amongst that. And then we have about 15 children now playing orchestral instruments and piano and guitar as well. So in a way, when a student proves his commitment and his stickability, it's a tough regime for the children. They walk far. We have many lessons. Yeah, and then they move on to orchestral instruments. So now we have flutes and clarinets and oboe, a cello, a couple of violins started this year. Trumpets and a euphonium. I think I've said everybody.
Yeah. Commitment seems to be absolutely the word, because at the outset you must have had to teach some teachers, because you were obviously not going to be, well, I say obviously, but you weren't going to be there all the time. And one of the things about music, whatever the instrument may be, you've just got to keep practicing.
Yes, yes.
So did you teach some teachers, teach people who could lead the way?
Yes, we have now for the past 3 years implemented a program of the senior children teaching junior students. And I say that it is the gift of love of music that we give to each other, that I'm there as a gift and they teach the next level, and the next level teaches one level down. But we also very much depend on professional teachers. Being a performing artist, I teach for the opportunity of beautiful music and for inspiring music making.
Yeah.
And we have a group of amazing teachers who have taught the children and who also do teacher training with the students.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to hear a little bit more about the children themselves and how they're getting on in just a minute. So Helen Vosloo, stay with us. Helen is busy telling us about the Keiskamma Music Academy in the Eastern Cape. Stay tuned.
The New Companies Act has introduced a variety of amendments that have serious implications to all companies and close corporations. Recently, MNS has developed a thorough understanding of the New Companies Act so as to assist small and medium enterprises to comply with this act. For this and many other legal issues, contact the experts, Ndisi, Ndlovu and Sedumedi attorneys. In short, MNS attorneys at 011 447 3811.
Hi, I'm Hunter Tylo, and I play Taylor Hayes on The Bold and the Beautiful. SABC1 has heard you, and we are back to our original time slot where you guys want us. Catch us weekdays at 6 p.m. starting April 2nd, exclusively on SABC1, Mzansi Folk Show.
The Bold and the Beautiful is back at 6 from Monday, the 2nd of April, right here on SABC1, Mzansi for sure. Mzansi for sure.
Otherwise, on SAFM.
Where we're talking about the power of music to heal and help and grow young people, particularly in the little village of Hamburg in the Eastern Cape at the Keiskamma Music Academy. And we have on the line flautist and founder Helen Vosloo. Helen, I suppose what's really important here is it's all about the children, isn't it? 2 questions. So where do they get to perform? I mean, how can we get to hear this music? And tell us the stories of some of the children themselves who have been healed or helped or grown through music.
Nancy, performances, we've just had our Easter concerts now this past Easter week, and we were very lucky to have a visiting super South African-born oboist with us. Paulus van der Merwe is principal oboe with a Northern German
And where did they play?
radio. The concerts were in the village of Hamburg, and we repeated the concert in Port Alfred also. The children will also, at this year's Grahamstown Festival, be performing 6, 7, and 8 July, and the title of the performance will be Children Playing.
Lovely. And that's at the Grahamstown Festival. Just that we don't have a lot of time left, but just can you think of any one child whose work, whose performance, whose development has really moved you?
Yeah, there are so many stories, but I'm just thinking of 2 youngsters who've just joined us, who just bubble over with enthusiasm and love for the instruments. I think any child in the music academy is extraordinary, that if a visitor were to ask them, they would say that the music has changed my life. My coming to the music academy has changed my life. There's one quote that I'm just stumbled across from one of our students. Tabo says, music is a very good thing to pour yourself into because it expresses your feelings much better than words can do. It has touched my life, and I'm sure that if everybody could do the same as us, they would feel the same.
And I'm sure that is so true. Helen, thank you so much. If anybody would like to get in touch, maybe they've got something they'd like to share, or maybe they would like to know a little bit more about more performances, they can do it how? Website?
The website, www.keiskamma.org. That's KEISKAMMA.org. That's right.
Very best of luck. Wish you lots more music in your life and in the life of all the children there at Keiskamma Music Academy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Helen Vosloo, and if you'd like to know more, it's www.keiskamma.org, keiskamma.org.